till here. Okay. So next job, this is only the design part. Now you can do it a bit very much graphically by changing, like suppose I want to bring a picture box with a resistor in it. Okay, so you have to think a bit innovative in this sense. Like let's increase this one. Okay, now to bring a picture, what you do is that you have to select this picture box. Okay, click on this, drag it, and you draw it. You have many options. One is that you can click here, okay, and you can go for this choose image, okay, or else you can go from the image in this one, that is the properties. Okay, so we'll go the shortcut way. Click on this, choose the image. Okay, now I have some pictures already that I have imported. Okay, in case you do not have a picture over here, initially you won't have, you have to click on this import. Okay, and wherever you have saved, for example I have saved some of the pictures of resistors over here. Okay, so one of them is I have already choose this one resistor. Okay, so this is the one resistor, so this one comes over here. Okay, so I click on OK. Now this is the image of a resistor. Okay, now here there is an option like size mode. Okay, size mode will tell you like whether you want it a stressed image, it looks filled up, isn't it, or you can have all this auto size, which will automatically size according to the so-called the size of the image. Okay, or else you can have all this center zoom and all. Okay, let's go for this stressed image. Okay, and then you drag it so that it looks more or less similar to the size of our group box that we have choose. Now what we want here is that we want it to be a bit graphical in the sense, as I choose this color, I want this band color should also display accordingly. Okay. But obviously this is a picture, isn't it? Now you cannot do this. So in this case, like what you can do is that you can use some innovative technique. For example, I have already used, you can see some bands, isn't it? The colors, okay, which are level, if you remember. Okay. Now what I want is this first band. Okay, let's do it like this. This will be the first band, second band, third band. Forget about this one because it's a picture, I cannot change right now. Okay, so let's choose this, drag it. See, now if you notice, this has gone behind. Okay, it's like the picture has come in front, okay, and the level has gone behind the picture. That's why, can you see? No. Similarly, if I drag the second one also, it will do the same. So what I want is that the label should come on the top of this one so that the color can be displayed over there. How do you do that? So you select this picture, right click on it, okay, and you say send to back so that it goes back and you can see this level comes on. So what happened is that the picture went behind the level. Clear? Okay. Now you, if you want to display this obviously you want it to be a vertical line, isn't it? Now this is a horizontal level, which is not possible right now. Okay, so what you do is that first of all select this level, go to this auto size, this property which is true. When auto size is true, what happens is that as you type the word or the sentence that is inside the level, it will automatically adjust the length of the level. Okay, but if you make this one false, okay, then it won't do the same thing, that is it won't adjust automatically. What now, if you make it false, we have an option now to drag it this way, which makes me easier, like I can drag it this way and I can adjust it, isn't it, so that it looks as if this level is aligned with this one. Are you getting it? Okay, I have written some text over there which wouldn't be any meaning right now because we'll change the color accordingly. Clear? So this is my first band color, isn't it? Let's go, we have to do the same thing with the second band. Drag it. Okay, now see it's automatically coming on top, isn't it? Now this one already I have done it, so let's drag this one. And the last one, this one, drag. Now this one is not done again, auto size, make it false, drag it. Okay, now what will happen, forget about this one. Okay, as I choose this particular colors, it should change accordingly, isn't it? So what I do is that enter the band color. At that time I have to make a choice. Okay. First of all, I have to see which band is selected. Okay, now it depends on which radio button you have clicked. Okay, if it is the first band, then obviously this color has to change, isn't it? If it is the second, then and so on. Yeah. Once you choose the band, you have to make sure that which color you are going to choose from the list box. Clear? So for this, I actually already written some code, so I don't want to. These are the some of the codes for all these things. Okay. Now in this case, uh, here, let's do it this way. Like as I click on this, double click on this one, you go to the code window. Okay. Now here, what you do is that we can check for this one. If okay, now those radio buttons. Now the first one, radio button dot this one checked equals to true, which indicates that you have checked the first radio button. Okay, if you have checked the first radio button, then just like we can do it, then we have to check if okay under this it's not necessary to give a brace. Okay, you can avoid the brace also. Now we have to choose from that list box. Okay, so list box 1 dot selected item equals to uh, go back again to check, it's black equals to 0. Can you see that? Okay, so you have to just say here like this, black equal to 0. Okay, if that is the case, then okay, then since first radio button is checked, okay, so the label like this, label 1 dot back color is equals to, you can see color dot black. Okay, that's because you have choose the black color. Similarly, you can go for this way. Okay, you can go for else if copy this code. Okay, this else if selector equals to, the next one is you have to see it's brown, isn't it? So this is brown equals to 1, then this one equal, this will be brown. Okay, and so on. You have to continue for all the colors. Okay, but remember this we are doing only for the first radio button. Exactly the same thing you have to do for the second radio button. Let's try one. Okay, when I run this now, okay, now if I choose this first radio button, okay, and I choose, let's say, black, this one, you can see this becomes black. Correct. Similarly, you have to do for the second radio button. You have to do for the third radio button. But you have to do for all the colors. Are you getting it? It looks very dynamic now, isn't it? As if the color will change. Like, let's say, let's do for some colors. You are going to complete this program. I am doing only half of it, and you are going to repeat the same things. Okay. Let's say Control V. This is next one is, I suppose, red, isn't it? So this is equals to red, then this is 2. Okay, then color dot red. Okay, now next you have to do the same thing for the second one. So what you have to do is that control, you have to repeat this multiple times. You understand? Under this, for every color you have to do. But let me show you for the second radio buttons also. You have to do the same thing. This will be only radio button 2. Okay, then this is list box, this is correct, only this one will be level 2. The color of the level 2 has to change over here. Okay, this will be 2. Okay, similarly you have to do for the third one. Okay, now how do you do that? Say again, like suppose I choose the first band, let's say brown color, I choose it's brown, isn't it? Let's say I choose for the second band, I choose red color, this one becomes the second band red color. Now you have to do again for the third one, I didn't do, you are going to do it. Okay, so like this you have to make this different color. It looks like which color we are giving. After you have choose all the color, then I have to say I have to calculate the resistor value. Okay, now what is that? For the resistor value, what you have to do? How do you calculate it? Now let's take some global variables. The way to declare a global variable is here. Okay, so you have to declare any variable which will be declared over here will be global to this entire class. Okay, so for that, let's say I have dim, let's say band 1 as let's say integer, okay, comma, band 2 as integer, comma, band 3 integer. Okay, now every time I choose something like this, okay, I'll have to make sure which list box means. If I choose suppose the first item, okay, depending on which item I am selecting, okay, I will take that particular value. Now how do you do that? Is that we can do it like this. You can say over here band 1, okay, equals to, I'll take the selected index value. Okay, so list box 1 dot selected index. Okay, now what is this selected index? Okay, a selected index in a list box, like suppose this is the items, isn't it? The first one, the index value of the first one is 0, second one is 1, 2. Now it depends which one you have selected, means you have checked on it. Okay, if you have clicked, like suppose if I run this, okay, and I click here, okay, then if I click this one and I go for this, then the selected index value of this one is 0. Similarly, this will be 1, this will be 2, and so on. So isn't it indirectly I'll get the position of that particular so-called the value of that particular color also, because 0 is for black, brown, so whichever it has come accordingly. Am I okay? So that's what we can do, is that here the moment if somebody checks on it, so band 1, because it's a radio button 1, so that value. Okay, similarly I'll just copy this, copy. Okay, now here this will be for band 2. Okay, now you have to do the same thing for another radio button, that is radio button 3, that you have to continue. Okay, so you'll get some values. Okay, now once you get that values, then you have to calculate the resistor value. Okay, now how is the value calculated? If I select brown, red, okay, or maybe if I select, yeah, brown, red and orange, then what will be the value of the resistor? 1, 2, then triple 0, isn't it? That's the way to calculate. So you have to find out a formula to do this part. Okay, so this is what I am leaving it for you. Okay, so you have to just click on this, you get the different this band values, okay, and you can do it. If you want to see it working, I will just show you a little bit, because this is how we can do it. Okay, like, because I don't want to waste time in coding again. Okay, so this is how it can work in this one. Okay, now if you see, but obviously I need the band 3, without which it is not possible. So for the band 3 you have to have control C for this, is because I need for the radio button 3, okay, which is for band 3. Okay, this will be level 3, this will be level 3, Okay, now as I make a choice, the particular band will have the selected index value, which is 0 and 1, and this is how I will calculate. Okay, you have to analyze this code. I will let you know how it is done. Okay, now here, like suppose I choose, because I didn't go for orange till red, I have to restrict myself. Let's say for the first band, brown. Okay, for the second band, black. Okay, and for the third band, red. Okay, so like this, then the register value is this one. It's popping up as a, and you can actually display it over here also. Instead of this is how you write a message box, and then instead of this you can write it in that text box. So let's say text box 1 dot text equals to this one res dot to string. It's always good to have it as a string. Okay, you can comment this if you don't want to prompt it. Okay, so it will happen like this. Now suppose maybe red for the first band. Okay, for the second one brown, or maybe black again. Okay, so and then for the third band brown. Okay, so that's for the third band, and then click on this one. So that's 200. Okay, now I want you to do a little bit of like error testing. What is error testing? Suppose, see, there will be a problem if I give, like suppose I click directly here, it's coming 0, that's fine, isn't it? But suppose I do, let's say this one. Okay, this, and I click over here, it's giving me some value, isn't it? It should not. So all these things you do some error checking. Okay, so this is where I will stop for this one, so that you can solve it for yourself.